Hello, everyone. This is Dale Cantrell with Meridianville Holiness Church. I want to bring you a Start Your Day Off Right series video for March the 30th. My quote is every time you're about to criticize someone for what they did wrong, first remember to thank them for the things they did right and to mean it. To sincerely affirm them and that there is still a problem that will needs to be shared. It will come from a completely different energy and actually be heard. My story. A man's daughter had asked a local minister to come by and pray with her father. When the father arrived, he found the man lying in bed with his head propped up on two pillows. An empty chair sat beside his bed. The minister assumed the old fellow had been informed of his impending visit. "I guess you were expecting me," he said. "No. Who are you?" said the father. "I'm the new minister at your church," he replied. "And when I saw the empty chair, I figured I was going to show up." "Oh, yeah, the chair," said the bedridden man. "Would you mind closing the door?" Puzzled, the minister shut the door. "I have never told anyone this, not even my daughter," said the man. "But all my life I've never known how to pray. At church I used to hear the preacher talk about prayer, but it went right over my head. I abandoned any attempt at prayer," the old man continued, "until one day about 4 years ago my best friend said to me, 'Joe, prayer is just a simple matter of having conversation with Jesus. Here's what I suggest. Sit down in a chair, place an empty chair in front of you, and in faith see Jesus in the chair. It's not speaking because he promised I'll be with you always. And then just speak to him and listen in the same way you're doing with me right now.' So I tried it and I liked it so much I do it a couple of hours every day. I'm careful though, if my daughter saw me talking to an empty chair, she'd either have a nervous breakdown or send me off to the funny farm." The minister was deeply moved by the story and encouraged the old guy to continue on the journey. Then he prayed with him and returned to the church building. 2 nights later, the daughter called to tell the minister that her daddy had died that afternoon. "Did he die in peace?" "Yes. When I left the house about 2 o'clock, he called me over to his bedside, told me he loved me, and kissed me on the cheek. When I got back from the store an hour later, I found him dead, but there was something strange about his death. Apparently, just before Daddy died, he leaned over and rested his head on the chair beside the bed. What do you make of that?" The minister wiped a tear from his eye and said, "I wish we could all go that way." My scripture is Psalm 23:4. "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." My humor. Ever had a real bad day? A man laid sprawled across 3 entire seats in the theater. When the usher came by and noticed this, he whispered to the man, "Sorry, sir, but you're only allowed 1 seat." The man groaned but didn't budge. The usher became impatient, said, "Sir, if you don't get up from there, I'm going to have to call a manager." The man just groaned, which infuriated usher, who turned and marched briskly back up the aisle in search of the manager. In a few moments, both the usher and the manager returned and tried to murder the fellow with no success. Finally, they summoned the police. The cop surveyed the situation briefly. Then I asked, "All right, buddy, what's your name?" "Sam," the man moaned. "Where are you from, Sam?" With pain in his voice, Sam replied, "The balcony." Ooh. So this is Dale Cantrell with Meridianville Holiness Church saying I didn't come to replace you, minister. Are you getting to go to church? Just to supplement if I could. And if you have a quote, a story, a scripture, humor, a clean joke, send it to me. My phone number is 256-508-4410. And until we do this next time, may God richly bless you.